we know a few of the very commonly used descriptors for wine. Now we begin the process of tasting. Now it's really important when you're tasting a wine that you really cleanse the palate.
Yeah.
Because who knows what you've eaten so far in that day. For instance, myself so far today, I've had coffee, I have had a little bit of leftover mac and cheese, I have also had tomato soup, and I found an old sausage in the back of my fridge.
That's a whirlwind of different flavors that are gonna really impede your wine tasting.
I like to use a little bit of white dog or white lightning or corn whiskey.
Yeah,
or
unaged.
Filtered, unaged whiskey.
Yeah.
It really cleanses the palate because it just kind of burns a little bit right off the top to take the first layer of skin off.
Yeah, what it actually does is burns any residue of any food, because a lot of people don't know that like there's food residue on the table will be food residue. So the alcohol,
Clean.
you don't need that much to cleanse your palate, but the alcohol will get rid of that food residue. And now he's ready.
Wine.
Now we're ready to taste wine. That was a lot. Did you drink that? You drank the whole thing. All right. So first thing you do, again, we're using our eyes. We're using our eyes. And what do we see? We see color.
Is it white or red? That's the first thing.
Sometimes you can't tell. It's not somewhere in between.
I
throw that wine away.
Very interesting.
Throw that wine away.
Orange wines.
What I like to do, I've taught a lot of other servers to do this, is you put the wine up against your eye, and then you look, you put your finger in front. If you can see your finger, it's clear, you know?
It's probably a white wine.
I can see my fingerprint very well. I can see my I need it. But put it right up against there, and you can feel also when you do this, you can feel how cold it is.
Yeah, you can check the temperature.
That's
Your
how
eyelids
I
are
check temperature.
extremely sensitive to temperature.
Better than your hand. Really, like this. It's like, okay, this is about at 58 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. That would burn my eye off.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, what are we doing now?
We look for legs, which tells you the alcohol content and sugar content.
I like to call them gams.
Yep. The legs are the viscous lines that run down the side of the glass, okay? And those are going to let you know how much sugar is actually inside of the wine, which means how much sugar has been fermented to make the alcohol. That's what gives you the difference between sweet, dry, certain levels of tannins will affect that as well, but the main thing you're looking at is sugar left in the wine.
So what I like to do, I like to taste the legs first. I put my tongue in, and
That's not standard. That's not.
This is how I do it. This is how I do it, and I've gotten many compliments on people who've tried it and said that it really does bring, you really kind of taste something different than just sipping it. So yeah,
I think you're tasting the glass. I think that's what you're tasting. The legs are not super important for a white wine. In fact, they're not even super important for most reds. It's not until you get into the really big body reds or the dessert wines.
Ooh, I love to stick my tongue in the legs of the big body one.
The next thing we do is the bouquet. Smell the wine. So you get your nose, you get your schnoz.
Yeah, get your schnoz right in there. Get your nostrils. See, what I like to do first is I close my nose. It's like cleansing the palate again. Don't put whiskey up your nose. You close it and then you do this. Watch this. You know, then you go,
surprise. Really surprise the senses.
Yeah, it also clears the sinuses. Whew.
It does. In fact, a lot of people actually use a little nasal spray before doing the proper tasting.
All right.
So what do you get on the bouquet?
Hold on, I gotta do it again. Wow, I get apples, I get berries, I get cardamom. I'm getting.
What's on your glass?
That's what I'm smelling, man.
What is on your glass? Is that snot?
Yeah, it's a little snot. It happens sometimes. Don't be afraid to get snot on your glass. I'm just gonna. What else do I gotta do it again. I forgot.
That's gross.
I'm smelling apples. I'm smelling berries. I'm smelling cardamom. I'm smelling rosemary, rubber, vinyl, a teeny bit of rose.
The candy that like an old British woman would eat.
Crayons, Crayola crayons, especially the.
It has a waxiness.
Yeah,
to
waxiness
it. Really
to it. I'm getting fire. I'm getting ambition. I'm getting. Hold on, one more time. Oh, that summer I went to Mexico.
I oftentimes say that the best way to describe a wine is to smell it, pick up the memory that you have, and describe the whole picture.
Yeah,
So let me go.
Can you do that thing? Try the thing that I... Yeah, get it.
All right, this reminds me of the time that I spent a summer in the Alps with my late grandmother, Grandma B. So this reminds me of a lot of alpine flowers, particularly Edelweiss. I'm getting a lot of like, what else would be in that environment? That's what I do. I think of the memory, think of the environment. So there's probably
snow.
Maybe a little bit of melting snow, that kind of metallic-y water quality.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of like a rushing creek by whetstones, some more water.
Animals.
Whetstones. There's definitely goats there, so I'm probably getting a little bit
Oh,
of
yeah.
that like
That's what I was
hair
getting.
and barnyard nuts.
Yeah.
A little bit of straw to feed the animals. There's an old wooden house, so a little bit of oak. I'm also getting a little bit of sunshine.
Sunshine. That's actually one of the first things I smelled, but I couldn't name it. He's better with that stuff. All right, so now we're gonna taste it. Whoa, wow, that was a trip. Yeah, see what he's doing? He's swishing it around. He's getting it on, he's macerating the juice. He's chomping. It's good to use your teeth. A lot of people don't use their teeth when they try wine. It was a fruit at some point. It was a grape. So and then spit it. Spit it. This is a spit bucket we use when we try wine, because when you try a lot of wine, sometimes you don't want to get wasted. I'm fine with it.
Tingles on the gums. Really, really tingles.
You okay?
Are my lips puffing?
Are you allergic to something?
Are there sulfites in this?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Where's my everything? Oh no. Oh no.
So look.
Where's my EpiPen?
Oh no, we're not.
We're not brothers.